As promised, Chiefs Kingdom, we are back in the film room to break down some Week 1 film from opening night against Baltimore at Arrowhead. We're getting the offense this time. We already broke down the defense. I'll link that in the description below. But welcome back to the film room, and let's go ahead and get this thing started. Opening drive of the night. Chiefs are going to take a sack on this opening drive, and I think pretty good coverage here. A little bit of pressure from the right side. I think Mahomes feels good move on Trey Smith right there. It looks like Worthy is going to be the guy that's kind of opened up over the middle. I don't know really at this point. Mahomes isn't really in a position to throw, but it does look like, Worthy's got some space over here. Maybe kind of in this general area. You got one Ravens defender right here. This is the guy kind of chasing after him. But again, I don't think that Mahomes is really in a spot to throw at that point, and moving up into the pocket, facing the pressure, and ends up taking the sack, which is probably the best case scenario at that point on this. See this from the other angle, get a little bit better view of what the O-line's doing. A little bit of pressure to the left of him coming from Creed Humphrey. Steps up in the pocket. The defensive lineman makes a good move, changing his trajectory. At that point, Taylor's kind of beat, but the interior kind of breaks down on that one and what caused that sack. All right, next play on this drive, it's going to be the quick slant to Rashee Rice. He's going to find space, and he's going to get a big first down right there. Just simple over the middle, and no one there really to stop him. I'm going to go back to the initial view. But they do a great job clearing everything out. You've got essentially 5 defenders on the right side of the field. And obviously 3 Chiefs receivers on the right side of the field. But as you see this, Rashee Rice is going to come from the edge, essentially here. Oops. So you got Rashee Rice right here. He's just going to take a little motion out to this side and get to that edge to essentially hide behind these 2 receivers. You're going to get Worthy, and I believe that's Justin Watson going on essentially go routes, a deep cross for Worthy. So that's going to continue to take the deep safety right here. He's going to have to watch out for Worthy. This guy pretty much in no man's land. The only guy you've got is Roquan Smith over the middle right here. And essentially a corner that's on his own, safety that's going to have kind of have eyes on Watson. Both of these guys kind of figuring out who's going to take Watson, I think, at this point. Mahomes already in a throwing motion, though, to Rashee Rice. I think we got the ball right there in the middle of the air, so everybody's already kind of coming down to clamp down on Rashee Rice here, about to get this reception. Great job, though, and great play design right there. And just from that angle, I mean, you can see exactly how that was schemed to get Rashee Rice open right there. Great job by Andy Reid, Matt Nagy, and everybody drawing up these plays, because I mean, some of the schemes we see are just absolutely phenomenal. The way Andy Reid is able to control the offense. Here is the touchdown run. It's a fake to Pacheco, kind of a toss back to Worthy. Worthy does the rest. Great blocking. I mean, absolutely great blocking on this play. We'll let this roll to the next view so we can kind of see the blocking a little bit better. I think from this angle, this will give us a better idea of just what everybody's doing. You're going to have Trey Smith pull like it's a run to Pacheco right here. So you got Smith right here. He's going to pull this way. I don't know what my mouse is wanting to do right here, but he's going to pull to the left side to give the fake, essentially, that Pacheco is taking off with the ball. Looks like Noah Gray. This is actually genius right here. Watch Noah Gray right here. Noah Gray is going to pull with Trey Smith and then fake it and come back the other way. Oh, got a little ahead. Okay, so keep your eyes on Noah Gray. Whoop. Turns around. Looks for somebody to block. Let's see who else is going over. Tooney and Sumatia both start working their way up in the formation as well to give blocks to the second level. The play design right here. And this was opening night. I mean, I knew Andy Reid was going to come in and give Worthy a great chance to compete, essentially, on opening night. He did the same thing with Rashee Rice last year. He got an early touchdown. And, just give that vote of confidence to the young rookie receiver and get him involved in. And now at this point, I mean, Worthy is going to have to be more of a staple in this offense. Great to have the bye week right now, just to, give the Chiefs some time to work some other things in around Worthy or, Juju or whoever at this point. Here's another quick slant over the middle to Rashee Rice, and I don't know if this was the play exactly that this route. I mean, this route. I know that we're weeks past this game, but I mean, this route, just the hesitation, stop, and then keep it going. I mean, that was just keep your eyes on Rashee Rice right here. Goes in, stops, whoop, missed him. The turn, the route running is impeccable right there. I mean, that is 100% on Rashee Rice right there, making the move on Roquan Smith. Absolutely broke his ankles over the middle of the field, able to get a huge gain out of it. Great way to start off the second drive of the game after the Worthy touchdown. Right here, I'm going to point this out. I'm going to go ahead and point this out because this is one thing that, whatever, you've seen the online discourse. This is a false start probably. You got Jawan Taylor moving a little early right here. Not unlike, many tackles in the league, and at this point, it's hard. It is hard to be a tackle in the NFL. These edge rushers, and right here, we're about to talk about it. These edge rushers, I mean, we've never seen anything like it. Kingsley Sumatia getting his first career NFL start right here. Obviously, he has been pulled as the starter. Wanya Morris has taken over. Not a bad step or anything. That little hesitation, I think, gets him right here, though. Just that quick hesitate. Whoop. Great job by the edge here as well. He goes to swipe at the hands to get it away. Kingsley doesn't even have his hands out to hand fight with him, early. So, I mean, I think all of these things, this is great that Sumatia got as much playing time as he did, I think, early, to go back and look at these situations on film to see kind of what he can do better, because right here, this is 100% on Sumatia right here. Great job by the edge again, but, the hands come up late, and maybe he's anticipating him to hand fight him, but he waited too long. Waited too long to try to get his hands on the edge, and at that point, he's already got the leverage he needs to the outside to just beat Sumatia to the edge and to get to Patrick Mahomes. And right here, I mean, Patrick Mahomes, not a lot of room to step up either. So Sumatia doesn't really get any help from Tooney here because he's also getting pushed into the backfield, even going to the right. I mean, there's just not a lot of space in this pocket from anybody. Maybe Pat can move up, kind of this direction in this general area of the pocket. But even then, I mean, you got two guys right here closing in on that side as well. So, I mean, a situation where Pat is pretty much going to have to take a sack or try to work some type of magic to get out of the pocket and maybe, run for some yards or something like that. But they pick up a sack here on this second drive of the game for the offense. And Sumatia, again, just going back to that film, I mean, I do think Kingsley Sumatia is going to be a solid left tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs at some point. Here is another play, a little bit of pressure. Mahomes gets out of there, makes a huge play to Travis Kelce right here. And, I mean, this is just vintage Mahomes-Kelce at this point, right? A little bit of pressure. Ends up being Creed Humphrey's guy. Then everything breaks loose on the right side. Mahomes does a great job getting away. Trey Smith getting in the way of the lineman right there to give just a little bit extra time to Mahomes, but a beautiful pass. I mean, there's not many that do it better than Patrick Mahomes on the run like this under pressure, and I mean, just delivers a strike on the money to Travis Kelce. First down. That was the fourth drive. Now we're going to skip ahead to the fifth drive of the game. Again in the pocket, Patrick Mahomes. It's ugly. You got to call the ugly with the good. We just saw the greatness of Patrick Mahomes, and now we see the ugly side of Patrick Mahomes, and we've seen that quite a bit this year. But right here, I mean, you know, what are you thinking? What is that throw? I mean, at that point, and he did a good job early, because you go back to that sack. I mean, does a great job, takes the sack. I mean, let's go back to that sack real quick on the second drive of the game. Nobody really he can get it to. Maybe he has a shot over here in the flat to do something with that. But again, not a good idea to throw that ball. Even though I would say this pass is safer than what he did on this play we're looking at currently. Because at least on that one, nobody's in front of him. Right? Right here, you got a linebacker right there in the middle of the field. Kelce motions in, motions back out. And it looks like he's trying to go to Rashee Rice right there. And I mean, there's just no way that ball is ever going to get there in that spot. You know, I mean, under pressure, steps up, or tries to step up. He steps right into a Baltimore defender. And I mean, you see what he's trying to do, but you just can't, you can't do that. If anything, spike that thing into the ground somewhere near Rashee Rice, I guess. But here we go. Mahomes gets it in a tight window right here. Beautiful placement. Rashee Rice does a great job getting the yak yardage as well. And just a beautiful play. Exactly how you draw it up. Quick little pump fake. Right over the linebacker to Rashee Rice. Great play. Absolutely great play and a big-time gain. Kelce kind of comes in, clears out the, bottom essentially to give Rashee Rice the middle of the field and give that big opening. Because right here, what Kelce is able to do, I mean, he takes two defenders right here. Neither one of them really paying attention that Rashee Rice is kind of creeping out into this area to be open. Now, granted, Roquan Smith was in the passing lane right there. But again, you don't have another defender until the 45-yard line, 15 yards away. Next guy on the other side of the field. I mean, there's really just nothing to protect right here for Rashee Rice kind of leaking into the middle of the field where you've got two on Kelce. But again, right here on film, you can see even when Kelce wasn't producing offensively, numbers-wise, yards and catches, these are the things that he's doing. Opening the field up for Rashee Rice, a missed tackle leads to a huge gain, and that's a big play. And again, something that doesn't go in the box score for Kelce, but Kelce generated that play. Here's a crazy formation on a big play to Justin Watson, and if you watch my film breakdowns enough, I always love watching what Andy pulls out with these different formations, kind of wacky formations. You got two tight ends in the backfield right here. With a running back, they're going to go play action, kind of fake out to the right side. Pat's going to go with a sprint to the right side, finds J. Watt wide open in the middle of the field. And I do think Mahomes does so well with the possession receivers. I think Kelce, obviously, as a tight end, just a big possession receiver a lot of times. He can block, guys. He can block. But he does so well with these possession kind of guys like Justin Watson, what Rashee Rice has kind of become, and they do a good job on designing this play. All three levels. And everything is moving to the right side as Mahomes has the sprint to the right motion from quarterback. But right here they do a good job of just essentially they're going to find somebody open. You're going to leave some guys in no man's land on the other side of the field. You got this guy just in case. You've got Pacheco kind of creeping around here. Linebacker in the middle. He's pointing at it. We got something over there. But at this point, everybody else is kind of, let's just draw a line down the middle. Oh, great my line will be. But J-Watt is the only one that's kind of towards the middle of the field. You got 3 targets on the right side over here. And they do a great job to just kind of scheme him open. Everybody flows to the right side as Mahomes does. Does a great job to miss or make the guy miss that is on the pass rush there. And delivers a strike right to the middle of the field. Soft spot in the zone. Easy first down. Set him up inside the 20 in the red zone right here for the Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to jump to the next drive on offense right here. And this one is going to be a quick out route to Samaje Perine that was just missed. And this was one that was, it was tough. It was right there. And remember, Samaje Perine had just been signed like days before this. I think maybe a little over a week or something like that, because Samaje Perine was not on the roster in the preseason. They signed him after the preseason was over, leading up into the season. So just not enough reps between these guys because, if you look at this, this could be a touchdown. All this space out here, he catches that, he's going up the sideline. You've got a block right there. You've got a lead blocker right now that can, essentially take this guy. All you got to do is beat this guy. You've already got the angle on him. I don't know, man. Looks like that thing could have been taken to the house. Great to see. Didn't work in on the field, but great to see that, the Chiefs are scheming these things open. It's a great play. Looks like that was the read was to go to the running back right there. Quick out route essentially to him. Here is a handoff to Carson Steele. And Carson Steele this is Pacheco. I thought I put this in here for Carson Steele. But a great job by Pacheco. We all know the running prowess of Isaiah Pacheco. And now I remember why I did put this in here. Because, that juke was nasty that Pacheco hit. One more time we'll watch it. But, it's like he misdirects like 3 different times. Going all the way right, back left, back right. Great play by Isaiah Pacheco. We obviously miss Isaiah Pacheco and wish speedy recovery to everybody that's hurt. It's been a tough year for injuries all around the league, not only the Chiefs. This one right here, this was that one. And this is why, when we broke down the film in the preseason, the things that we saw, defenses doing, you just got to catch them one time when they're not throwing the safeties deep, having the 2 high. As you're going to see right here, this is just a one shell. You just got one safety up top all alone. That means you got man-to-man coverage right here on one Xavier Worthy. And as we saw with the Jaguars, the Lions, and even the Lions game, that's how that they opened that up, right? They went too high, didn't work. The safeties were way deep, but then the Chiefs caught them when they had the 1 high, right? And they ran the big deep crosser from Carson Wentz, and Worthy just blows right by his guy. So watch this matchup right here up top. They get a motion over to the right side. Corner kind of backing up, comes up to press and put his hands on Worthy, and there's no safety there to help. The safety should have probably had better recognition on that as well, though, if you already see that you've got 1 high. But immediately, the safety's going right, which was the wrong way to go on this play. Protecting against Rashee Rice. But then that's where, again, the flow of the game comes into what we're doing now, right? The safety is moving in to try to protect against Rashee Rice. They've been killing over the middle with those slant routes and, able to get in the second, third level with Rashee Rice on those plays. And at this point, now you have a safety that's more concerned about the intermediate pass to Rashee Rice and the yak yardage he's going to pick up and trying to, help against that rather than the guy that runs the fastest 40 time we've ever seen in the NFL Combine in one Xavier Worthy. He goes right over the top. And, this right here just kind of awful decision to try to come up and press. First, to take 2 steps back, and then to want to come up and press, I think was absolutely, and obviously hindsight's 20/20, but the wrong move to do. He should have just kept going with it. I think he takes those initial couple of steps because he's right up to press. I think this is the right spot to be. And what we saw in training camp, right? We saw Xavier Worthy get thrown to the ground in training camp, and everybody worried, well, can this guy really play in the NFL? Well, you give him, some space now at the line. And, if you're not going to press immediately, you might as well just run with him. Because the attempt for the press and then, oh, man. There's 5 yards of separation between us already. It's that quick. It is that quick. So let me know in the comments below what you think about this Chiefs offense. Obviously, the Chiefs offense is very different at this point from when it was week 1 back in September. More film reviews coming. I got a lot more film sifted out. Just need to it's finding time to sit down and record these. But I really enjoy doing these film breakdowns. And if you enjoyed it, please smash that like button, smash that subscribe button as well for me. We are still on the road to 300 subscribers. And podcast on Mondays. Until next time, we'll see you back in the film room.